glorified because he fulfilled the prophecy of 500 years ago. In the early 1500s, around 1510 or 1512, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made a prophecy in Puri, Jagannath Puri, Odisha. He said, Piti Vite, Jota Ache Nagara Dikam, Sharbata Prachar Hoive Mornam. That in this world, in every town and village, the holy names will be sung, will be glorified. In those days, not everybody in India even was chanting, because only the brahmanas in the temples were allowed to chant these mantras. Kshatriyas, they could not come in the temples and chant these mantras. The Vaishyas could not chant these mantras, and certainly the Sudras were not allowed to chant these mantras. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that these mantras, they give us illumination, salvation, purification. This is our only path back to God. How it cannot be for everybody. And so his mission was to spread it to everyone. So he took, for 6 years he traveled all over India. And he went to every state. Of course, in those days it was different. There was Kalinga, there was the different dynasties. But he went to all the famous temples, and he spread the teachings and inspired everybody. Now he began this from Jagannath Puri, and the first place he went to was called Kurma Kshetra. In 1976, I was living in India. At that time I was brahmachari, and I was distributing Prabhupada's books, but not just single books. I was distributing Prabhupada's complete set, 64 books. And myself and my partner, Satyanarayan Prabhu, we had a van. We traveled to every town and village that had a college library, university library, public library, state library, any kind of library. As soon as we saw a sign library, we would stop, we would go in, and we would preach to the librarian and get them to accept all of Srila Prabhupada's books in their library. So we were a little bit successful by Krishna's mercy. So we had the Chaitanya Charitamrita with us, and when we were going south, we decided to follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's path. We visited all the temples that he did, and then back up north. So we traveled around India in a van, although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he walked. And everywhere he distributed the holy name. So the first place he went to was Kurma Kshetra. Kurma Avatar Varnoim. So at Kurma Kshetra they have this beautiful granite kurma that they do the puja to. But they also have live kurmas. They keep an area where all these tortoises are running around, and they're very much honored there in Kurma Kshetra. So he began his mission of spreading the teachings of Harinama, 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 Eva Kevalam, Kalo Naste, Raste, Raste, Vatira, Vata. So there were several brahmanas there who became so inspired, the whole town became inspired. But when he was about to leave, several brahmanas said, "We're renouncing the world, we're going with you." But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, that actually is not the best thing. He said, better you stay at home in your village and you inspire people by your chanting, by your behavior and your study of the knowledge. So he explained to them that Kiba Vipra, whether you are Brahmin, Kibanyasi, whether you are sannyasi, Shudra Kairinoi, we don't care if you're a Shudra. Jai Krishna Tattva-veta, anyone who understands the truth about Krishna, Shai Guru Hoy, he is the Guru. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was teaching that we don't judge by externals. We have to look into heart to see Jai Krishna Tattva-veta, who understands the truth about Krishna. In such a person, we should take their sadhu sangha. Now, if we look at Bhagavad Gita, it's very, very instructive. Sri Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to whom? Arjuna. Was Arjuna a sannyasi? Was he grihastha? He was grihastha, not sannyasi. How many wives did Arjuna have? Four. Yeah. Draupadi, Subhadra, Ulupi, and Chitrangada. 4 wives. And what was he Brahmin? What was he? Kshatriya. What is the business of Kshatriyas? Fight. They fight. They kill people. They're like we're in the army. They fight and they kill people. So Sri Krishna gave the highest teachings to such a person, not a sannyasi, not a brahmana, but a kshatriya who kills people and has 4 wives. Are you shocked? Have you ever realized this? Have you thought about this before? Why Krishna didn't choose a sannyasi, maybe a grihastha with 1 wife? Why he chose Arjuna? Why he didn't choose some brahmana? And the reason is, Krishna explains this in Bhagavad Gita, because you are my very dear friend, Prayosime. You are very dear to me. Because I am dear to you, and therefore you are dear to me. In the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says a very wonderful verse, 9:22. Ananyas chintayanto mam, ye jana paripashate. Any person who approaches and worships me, ananya chinta, has no other desire, no other thought, no other interest except for me. Ananyas chintayanto mam, only for me. Ye jana paripashate, any person, doesn't matter if you're Brahmin, Kshatriya, wife, grihastha, man, woman, child, anybody. You approach Krishna in this way, then tesham nitya abhiyuktanam, to such people, nitya abhiyukta, I am always connected. Krishna considers that he's always connected to those persons who have no other thought except for him. In other words, Krishna is saying, you make me number 1, and I make you number 1. And you're always connected to me. Yogakshemam vahamyaham, and I will protect your yoga. I will protect your life. I will protect everything. Preserve what you have. And whatever you're lacking, no problem, I can supply. I will take care. So I remember this verse very clearly because after I got married, then my life kind of went in a different path. You're going like this and all of a sudden you veer off to the left. And then I wanted to come to a higher level of commitment and seva to Guru and Krishna. And I had a job and I was trying to support my family. It's normal. So I opened the Gita to this verse and I said, Krishna, this is what you're saying. So I want to surrender to you now, 100%. I want to surrender at a higher level. Whatever I've been doing up to now was only the first step. I want to go deeper. But Yogakshemam Vahamaham, you will protect me. carry what I lack, preserve what I have. Don't forget this, I said to Krishna. I'm reminding you. I'm going to give up everything. You, please don't forget this shloka. Now I felt that I could speak like this to Krishna, even though he's Bhagwan, because I wasn't thinking this is some aparad. I wasn't thinking that I'm being very insulting to Krishna, because I realized Krishna is so great and I'm just a toddler. I'm just an infant in devotional life. So when the toddler says something to the father, "You take care of me, Daddy." "Oh yes, no problem." So then I discovered, when I took that step to surrender, that Krishna took care of me better than I could ever have done on my own. I was amazed. The arrangements that Krishna made for me. And this was very enlightening, because I wasn't making any plans, no arrangements. I just wanted to surrender to Krishna, which means that I could see that whatever happened to me wasn't my plan, wasn't my arrangement, because I wasn't making any. I was seeing the hand of Krishna in my life. And I was amazed how he was making this arrangement, that arrangement. Much better than I ever could have done myself. And this gave me Krishna Upalabdhi, realization of Krishna in my life directly, through direct experience. We can have faith in what other people say. We can have faith in the mantras. We can have faith in reading the Shastra. But when you see the Lord working in your life and making arrangements for you, then you know this is real. This is no longer faith. This is beyond faith. This is realization. This is Vigyan. It's now scientific. It's reality. So this was a turning point in my life. And I wanted to share it with you today because you're all grihastas. You're not killing people like Arjuna, but you're not following the path of renunciation. You're following the path of yoga, bhakti yoga, which is a much more heartfelt yoga. In Sanskrit, if we look at Sanskrit, we see the phrase Krishna Bhavnamrita. Now, how do you translate Krishna Bhavnamrita into English or French or German or Spanish, into the Western language? You can't, because there's no such word as Bhavnamrita in English or any of these Western languages. So what Prabhupada came up with was Krishna consciousness. But everybody knows what Bhavnamrita means, right? You know what is Bhavna? And Amrit. You know Amrit? So in Sanskrit, Krishna Bhavnamrit means that I'm tasting the nectar of my feelings and emotions for Krishna. But when you say Krishna consciousness, it means that I'm thinking of Krishna. I'm aware of Krishna. He's in my consciousness. But there's no reference to the heart. There's no reference to the emotions. You understand? You're very fortunate, having come from Bharat, that you understand Krishna Bhavnamrita. And this is what we have to experience. The first step is Krishna consciousness. But it has to come down to the heart level, to Krishna Bhavnamrita. And by chanting the holy names, and by performing devotional service, taking shelter of Krishna Nam, studying Krishna Lila, being attracted to Krishna Rupa, and admiring Krishna Guna, his beautiful qualities, and associating with the Krishna Bhaktas, and living my life according to Krishna Shiksha, the teachings of Krishna. then I come to this platform of Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. Everything for me is for Krishna. Everything I do is for Krishna. And so, from Krishna's point of view, he says, Tesham nityabhiyuktanam, to such people, I am always connected to them. Who wants to be always connected eternally to Krishna? That's what we want. Now, it's not a difficult thing if we come to the heart level. Now, there are different yogas for different people. There's three concepts in the Vedas that we should understand. That is yantra, tantra, and mantra. So what is yantra? Yantra means that which is external, like a mandala. We can meditate on a mandala. You can meditate on something external, yantra. Tra means to liberate or to free. To liberate the mind or the consciousness, free the consciousness. Tantra is the body. We use the body. So we do Hatha Yoga or Kundalini Yoga or Pranayama Yoga. We're using the body to come to a higher consciousness, salvation. And then there's mantra. Mantra is the most subtle. It's a sound vibration. Mantra. Man means the mind. Tra means to liberate. So the sound vibration of the mantra is going to liberate our consciousness. From what? From the material conception and deliver us to the spiritual conception. So then this bhakti yoga, we take shelter of this most powerful method of mantra. It's mystical. You can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it. Now how is it that the mantra can purify your heart, purify your consciousness, and bring you to Krishna Bhavanamrita, to experience that? How can it do that? And here is the answer. Because the mantra is apurushaya, not spoken by man, not from this planet, not from this world, not from this universe. Well, then where is it from? It's coming directly from the spiritual platform, from Goloka Vrindavan. Directly the names of Krishna, Radha, all the Balaram, or Ram, Sitaram. However we perceive our Lord, whatever is our Ishtadev. There's three ways of understanding Rama. For the Ram Bhaktas, we're speaking of Ramchandra. For the Krishna Bhaktas, we're thinking of Balaram, Krishna Balaramji. But for the Radharani devotees, those who are following the Braj, Vrindavanvasis, Ram means Radharaman, the most dearly beloved of Radha. So when we chant these divine names that come from the spiritual realm, we become purified because the mantra has the same qualities as Krishna himself, as Radharani herself. The mantra is Sat, it's eternal, Chit, full of knowledge, Ananda, full of bliss. Just like Krishna, Sat Chit Ananda. So when we chant this mantra, we're connecting directly to the spiritual world, to Radha, to Krishna, to their Leela. Just like, for example, Hare Krishna, what does that mean? It means that Radha and Krishna are together. We're very happy. They're enjoying their Leela together. Hare refers to Radha. Krishna refers to Krishna. Then the next part of the mantra is Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare. What's happened there? Because wherever there is sambhoga, union, then there has to be vipralambha, separation. So when there's separation and Krishna has to go to his family to be with Yashoda Mai and Nanda Baba, and Radharani has to go to her home, her family, so they're feeling separation. So Radha is calling out, Krishna, Krishna, where is my Krishna? And Krishna is saying, Hare, Hare, where is my Radha? This is the Vipralamba Bhava. But of course they've made arrangements that they will meet again. And so then subsequently, again they come to Sambhog Bhava. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare is Krishna, is Radha. And Rama is Radha Rama, the dear most beloved of Radha. So it is a sweeter, because after the separation you come back together again, it is more sweet. But then again there has to be separation. Rama, Rama, where's my beloved? Hare, Hare, where's my Radha, Radha? So in this way, in this mantra is the complete Leela of Radha and Krishna coming together, experiencing Sambhog Bhava, and then separating, experiencing Vipralamba Bhava, and then again coming together. And I like to think of it as a spiral, because each time they come together and separate, they're becoming deeper and deeper in their experience of divine love. It's ever increasing. This is one thing that Prabhupada taught me. If you want to know what is spiritual and what is material, Prabhupada said, material is always decreasing. Spiritual always increasing. So the body is always decreasing, therefore the body is? Yes. Our love for Krishna is always increasing, therefore the love is spiritual. So once we realize, once we get some deep understanding of Bhakti Yoga, the process, the mantra, the meaning, and we begin to perform not just seva. Seva you can do for your company, but bhakti, that service that is imbued with devotion to the divine couple, either for Radha or for Krishna or Sita or Ram, Shivji, Parvati, whatever is your Ishtadeva. One thing Prabhupada taught me, which was very, very valuable, he said, we are not out to convert everybody. We just want them to love God. So if you meet a Christian, you inspire them to become a better Christian, to love more. If you meet a Muslim, you inspire him to be a better Muslim. We just want to preach love for God. This is what Prabhupada taught me. Not that you join my group, and I count more, I have more numbers in my group than you have in your group. Not like this, it's a material calculation. But do you love the Lord? So we want to open up that heart chakra. You know there's 7 chakras, right? This Maha Mantra opens up the heart chakra. However, you have to understand one thing. In every endeavor, Krishna says, even where there's fire, there's smoke. So in every endeavor, there is fault. What does this mean? It means that in every endeavor, you can either do it correctly, or you can do it wrong. If you do it correctly, you get the result. If you do something incorrectly, you may not get the result. Clear? Yes. Is that logical? Is it fair? Of course. We shouldn't expect, if we do something improper, to get the same result as someone else who's doing it properly. That wouldn't be fair. That would be a cheating mentality. So, our Shastras teach us that we have to follow certain principles. We have to be aware of certain offenses to avoid. So the whole secret of success, I'm going to reveal to you this evening. The secret of success, how you can experience Krishna Bhavnamrita. But before I do, I want to give you an example of what I just spoke. Now, all of us in our life, we've had sometimes a headache. Is it not? A pain. Terrible. But we know how to solve that problem. We go to the pharmacy, we get one headache tablet, we read the instructions, we take it with water, and what happens? Pain goes away. Everybody had that experience? That's the correct way to get rid of a headache. Now I'm going to show you the incorrect way. You have the same pain, you go to the same pharmacy, you get the same tablet, but you don't read the instructions.